Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're in America today. And hopefully we'll have some fun. Not like yesterday's snooze fest. Right. No, the controller has not disconnected itself. Right. Right, so we're starting off on Long Island Railroad today, and going to be flitting about between Sandpatch and Peninsula Corridor, I think. But let's get going. Where have I got to go? Track 2. So how are we all this morning? Hope we're all good. Wow, lots of people here. I'll go up here. So the trains on the Long Island Railroad run on the third rail system, which for those of you that live in the UK, most of the south runs on that. Anything out of Charing Cross, London Bridge, Waterloo, down to Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton, Dartford. All of those are third rail trains, just like these ones. I think these are Siemens trains. The engines certainly sound familiar, the motors. The train will arrive shortly. Where is it coming from? Oh, here it comes. Might want to stop. Let's all wear the same clothes. And I will sit in the engineer's seat if all these people stop teleporting in Star Trek style. Oh, come on. Alright, we need to do a few bits here. Need to cut that in. Can't do the train radio for some reason. Cut that in. Cut that in. And AC ECS we can't cut in for some reason. Okay. We want to go forward, don't we? We don't want to... Why can't... Oh, there we go. Right, we're still loading passengers. You have to forgive me, folks, because I'm still trying to remember how to do all of this American stuff. Oh, no. Let me turn you off, desk light. We don't need you on. Don't think we need to charge the brakes, do we? No, because the brakes are already good. Yeah, that's all closed, that's all good. I'm going to cheat. Normally you'd put your keys and stuff in there, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll just use the door controller. Right. Yeah, we've done all of that. What do you want to done with the headlights? I suppose you want them on bright, don't you, game? is this one of those ones where I've gone too quick for the game again? Well, the reverse is set. Okay, I think I've gone too fast for the game again, folks. Master key is on. Yep, I've gone too quick for the game. Alright, we'll have to restart then. Right, we'll try that again. So this is the only problem when you've played this scenario before and you know what you've got to do. It just seems to go off on its own. So we now got to wait an age now for this train to come back. So that there's the older version of that. That's an M7, that's an M3. Now anybody that's been to New York will have ridden on this railway at some point, as it's the major commuter route into the city from sort of Brooklyn and Queens and... Oh, where was that place we stayed? Well, it's on the map. Oh. Thanks for following, wife. What was that place we stayed at in America? Oh. It's on the map. It's on the station. Can't remember. Right, Lee, don't go too quick for the game. Yeah, I know we stayed in Queens, but there was a particular part. Let me on! Come on, socially distancing. Right, anybody else want to come off the train? Stop dropping in. Right, let's not break it this time, shall we? Let's turn all these on. Right, let's just wait for it to tell us what to do. Sounds very much like the London Underground. Right, now let's go through the steps. Oh, we've got to load the passengers first. We're going to be late because we've got to wait for the game to tell us what to do. I like the fact that you can now read that TV screen on the Xbox Series X. You can't read it on anything else, it's too blurry. Right, lock the doors, lock both because both sides are open. there we go. Now we've got to charge the brakes for some reason, even though the train's in service. As anyone will notice, the brakes aren't charging. There we go. Right, off we go then. Now I have enabled all the safety systems on this American train. I'm not entirely sure how they all fully work, because it does have this sort of similar to the TGV trains that recently came out, where it gives you the speed. Automatic train control, I think it's called. So as long as we don't exceed what's lit up, I think we're alright. So as soon as we hear that alert, we definitely need to push the button, because if I remember rightly, it shuts everything down and automatic brakes come on. Yeah, see, we've missed it because we're farting around. Oh no, it's because we've... because we were messing around. They were on, so we put them back on. I think they're the rear ones. There we go. I knew they were the wrong ones to have on. I think we got away with that there, because the track speed has now gone up to 60. As you can see there, it's lit up, and ATC is enabled. So that means now on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, it means it will automatically stop us if we go too fast. So let's give it some juice, as we're going to be running late. Woodside, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Why am I all of a sudden going too fast? Oh dear. Come on, Lee. See, that's the thing. I don't quite understand how the speed limit is 60, but we can only do 35. Thanks, Phoenix Killer 136 for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. On camera. See, now with the braking systems on these, I think they just put everything into rewind, like the motors go into reverse, with a little bit of brake applied to the wheels. Because you hear the whine as you put the brake in. I think you're regenerative braking. Oh. So how late are we? Oh, we're not late. Blimey. This does not look like the Kew Gardens I know. Unlock the right hand side. I think that first door's it. Don't get off at the first door. We've overshot a little bit, but it is a short platform. Right. Lock the doors. Start to release the brakes. And away we go. Next station, Forest Hills. Remember that sound? Showgirl. Brakes are too good again. Got to figure these out. Now I know that people on the Dovetail Games forum have been saying that this particular route is really buggy in Train Sim World 2. Now I've seen a few bits and pieces, but nothing that's withdrawing from the experience of the game. Oh, cool, that's what you call a stop and a half. Watch the gap. Cool, that's an Americanism, isn't it? Oh, the whole train doesn't fit in. Oh well. Right, lock the doors. We're running a bit late now, never mind. We shall get there in the end. Woodside, next station stop. Now, I have actually stayed at Woodside, and I have travelled on these trains, and they are a lot of, it sounds pretty good, pretty accurate. And Woodside is sort of getting into a little bit more sort of urban-y sort of setup. And it's got like an overpass and an underpass, and it merges in with a long with another railroad. Yeah, you get quite a lot there. It's very busy, a very busy station. Can't remember what the name of the other railroad was called. Oh, it's going to bug me now, that is. I could go and look it up, but... Oh, we're still on yellow signals. I think that's what that means anyway. Like I say, I don't sign American signalling. Just have to guess. If it's not stopping us, we're good. Alright, 60 mile an hour coming up shortly, so I suppose we better put some brakes in, otherwise the system's going to kick in and stop us. Although you will notice that the ATC here hasn't dropped it, so very peculiar. Oh, now the signalling's changed again. We've got green. There we go. Now it's dropped to 60. Okay, radar. School comes first. But thanks for lurking. Oh, far too fast. Oh, they've recreated that correctly. Oh yes, I remember now. It's the subway, isn't it, that goes over the top. Number 7. It's all coming back to me. This is the one we got in to watch the ice hockey, because it went straight into Madison Square Garden. I wonder if the stop-ins... Maybe be able to see it from here. Right, lock the doors. And away we go, Hunters Point Avenue. Right, we've got a slightly slower restriction now. 45, I think that is. should jump back up. We'll just coast for a minute until we know what's going on, because we don't want the system to kick us down and emergency brakes and all that gubbins. I think it's just for this curve, because that's quite a tight curve. Just a minimal bit of brake, because it's quite downhill. Now it's uphill. Signalling is restrictive. It's cleared. But we are going onto a 30 mile an hour. Need to slow down drastically. Where's the warning? Come on. Now we're... What? Oh, I'm just going to stay at 30 because it says we're going into a 30 again. 40 now, according to the system, to the ATC, but that's because we're going across this junction. Well, this is not as clear cut as the English routes, is it, folks? Oh, come on, brake, 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 brake. Oh, we got the overspeed warning then, and if we'd have not acknowledged and slowed down, it would have kicked us off and dumped the brakes, and we'd have come grinding to a halt. Starting to make a little bit more sense now. As we're going downhill, I think we just need to... Oh. Don't get this. This makes no sense. Now, yeah, I've got ATC on. Yes, and hello, welcome to the stream, Cyan. Yeah, we've got ATC on, and I don't quite understand how it's working, but I'm pretty sure that's a red signal for me there, isn't it? Is that my signal? Yeah, it's got to be my signal. You don't think so? Alright, okay. Well, on your head be it, Cyan. If we go through this and it kills us and says we've had a spad, it's on your head. Because that's definitely red. But you were right, it wasn't ours. Just got to stay under 15 mile an hour. If I am wrong, I will follow. Oh. Thanks. No, you were right. There we go. But ATC is 15 mile an hour, which I don't understand because the game's telling us we could do 30, but it's almost like it's an anomaly with ATC. Doesn't know what it is, so it'll just tell us that it's 15. I wonder I can never run to time on this route. Well, thank you very much, Cyan. Much appreciated. ATC. Oh, it's automatic train control. We have a similar thing in the UK. Yeah, I've acknowledged. Penalty break application. Bugger. Yeah, alright, I've acknowledged you. Now, do I have to recharge the brakes? Yes, I do. Put it to max though, I need to recharge. Yes, it's automatic train control, so I think it literally stops you going too fast and it sticks your brakes in. We have something called ATP in the UK, automatic train protection, on high-speed passenger trains, which does a similar thing. Oh look, we're not keeping to the timetable now. We're late. Right, I'm just going to do 10 mile an hour until we get through this. Yeah, no, I would go without the HUD if I knew the route, but it's been so long since I've played this one that I've not got a clue. So if you catch me on English routes, I sometimes go with no HUD and bits and pieces like that, but it gives everybody else an idea of what's going on. This just seems wrong. This just seems ridiculously slow. Maybe I'm just being a little bit naive, but I've been on track worse than this at faster speeds than this. Yeah, now which do you play on PC or console, Cyan? Oh well, you haven't got to worry about the bugs that us console gamers have. Where we have horrible audio bugs and things at the moment, which the team that dealt with the Preserve collection are now working to fix. But how quickly they fix them is, well, it's a Dovetail game, isn't it? So probably be waiting until this time next year for it to be fixed. But to be fair, this is a pretty accurate representation of the Long Island Railroad. I've travelled it on it when me and my wife went to America. Seems like ages ago now. I just like the fact that all the door and all the lights on the side light up like they do properly. Makes a nice change. I'll do that later, that request. 4 minutes late. This isn't good. Ooh. And away we go. Now the big question is how long are we going to be on this 15 mile an hour ATC for? So I'm guessing as you play German routes you are from that part of the world, Cyan. Would that be correct, or am I just making a massive assumption? crossing. Oh, I think I can see why this is 15 mile an hour, because it is quite tight. It's like a yard. Coming off a branch line here onto the main line. Oh, this is coming around the back of... No, I know where I am now. It's the switching yard. Oh, I think we're nearly at the end of this scenario. This doesn't really look like a station, unless it's a ground station, where those crazy Americans just cross roads and cross like they're crossing train tracks, like they're crossing roads. No, this is a depot. Well, we didn't even get to go to Penn Station in this scenario. Boo-hoo. I'll have to do another one. Although it does look like you could get off this train. And just poodle around. Alright. Full service on the brake. I want to key out. Let me take the keys out. Alright. Let's head off to the office. Doopy doopy doo. Oh, we'll have to jump down. Ooh. And I get... But we can't close the door. So off to the office we go. And there we go. Scenario number 1 done. Is that a bronze or a gold? I don't think we did very well there, because... Right, main menu. Choose another scenario. Yes, we only got a bronze. We didn't do very well there, folks. Alright. Rokonoma to Penn. Right, here we go then. Oh, I forgot to look how long it lasted. Oh well, we're not in any rush. Call that a sunset. Cool, blimey, bright. Do 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 do. So thank you to the first person. It's anonymous, but somebody has just bought me a coffee, so thank you very much. Awfully appreciated. Will get used tomorrow when I go to work. Right, okay, Okay, so we're going back again and having to set all of this up. Go to there. Do our headlights. Charge our brakes. Up to at least 90. There we go. We don't want them. That's them. Alright, let's just check. We got red lights on the front here. Yeah, they're on. Mark lights to off. Lock both doors. Oh, we haven't turned ATC and everything on. Now that we've got an understanding of it, we can use it. Right, off we go. Westbury. I don't sign Westbury. I don't sign down the Great Western Main Line to Westbury. Oh, sorry, we're in America. Right, so the ATC system is saying 60, but we're being told 42 maximum speed. We can definitely go faster than we're going. Right, to Penn Station. Oh, speeding. So the ATC system, is it... I thought if it flashed it was warning you. You had a solid light on what your speed was, like what you could go, and then it would flash to say that the speed limit is upcoming for that, and then it'd go solid. Maybe that's one of the German routes I'm thinking of. But anyway, get a little bit of speed up now. Get up to 80. Now the Alerter is the UK equivalent of the DSD, and I believe the German equivalent of CFAR. CFAR. Ooh, don't want brakes yet. But we will coast. Whoa, rough ride. Bouncing all over the place. Now we will sound the horn as we go over the level crossings, just in case. But because of the way these brakes work, I am going to brake a little bit earlier than I would do with other types of trains on other routes. Because like I say, it's a regenerative braking system. So it suddenly becomes very, very good when it's clamped in. We're just coasting towards Westbury now. Yeah, now we'll go back to getting those motors to wind that speed back. Coming to another level crossing. So another toot on the horn when we get there. Running late again. I can't figure this out. It must be full acceleration and slam the brakes on and hope for the best. Or maybe I was just a bit too keen on them to make sure we actually stopped. But I must admit, I do like how many passengers are knocking around on this route. It absolutely puts Great Western Main Line to shame. And the Bakerloo line. And East Coastway has quite a few people on it, but right, we're going to be a minute late getting here. I wonder if we're going to be able to make that time up. Right, there we go. It's a minute of loading and unloading. So hopefully we'll be able to make some time up along the route. If we can keep our speed up high. But again, another pleasant looking route. It's like very detailed and actually looks like a railway in the middle of an urban city. Yes, the backgrounds and the backdrops and the cars don't look particularly good, but that's not the focal point. The focal point is the train. Right. Carly Palace. It's a mile away. I don't think we're going to get there on time, but we'll give it a go. So if anybody in the chat does have any questions about railways, I do work on the UK railway. I am a driver. So please feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer your questions, as long as it's not about American railways or German railways, because I'm learning as I go on with these. But any questions about the UK railway or locomotives or trains, what's my favourite type, etc., etc., please do ask in the chat. Don't be shy, and I'll do my best to answer your question if I know the answer. Oh, crikey. Well, I think we're going to go barreling through this one, guys. Or maybe not. Everybody has just spilt their tea and coffee on our train, but well, that does seem to be the way forward. Just slam them in. Briar Rail will not be responsible for any incidences of whiplash while riding this railway. Passengers, being a passenger is used at your own risk. Any problems, please send all paperwork to the bin. Right. So I think we're a minute down at the moment. Yeah, we're a minute behind schedule. If we get another clear run, we should be able to make a bit more time up. However, I don't think we're going to make up unless we've got a DeLorean. I don't think we're going to get back on schedule. But again, ATC set at 80, so we'll give it a whirl. Yellow signal, it's gone green. So 1.5 miles to go in a minute. Oh, we might do it. We might be a bit closer here. If I use the same braking technique I used at the last one and we went on a boiling hot coffee spillage. Coasting in, coasting in, coasting in. Go to 25%. Down to 6. Acknowledge that the change to 40 is coming. Level crossing. Another level crossing. We're 30 seconds late still. I think I was a little bit too early on the brakes again there. Again, I'll probably get knocked marks for heavy braking. But timetable is more important than points scored. So we're still a minute behind. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on people, get on the train. Choppy choppy chop. I must admit, this is actually quite a good route. Seem to be sort of busy all the time in the cab if you have all the systems on. It's quite enjoyable this. I'm really, really enjoying it. Probably one of their better routes, if I'm honest. Right, and away we go. Marillion Avenue is our next station stop. Oh, definitely not getting there. What a lovely sound of that traction motor. We're overspeeding, penalty brakes. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, we don't want to keep powering on. Yeah, okay, we've acknowledged you, we've acknowledged. needed. Oh, that's made us a little bit later again. Oh, shush, calendar. Oh, fiddlesticks. Sorry about that, folks, for that penalty break application. Completely forgot we were on a 40, because I can't actually see it because of my microphone. Ooh, should be alright now. Can you guys still hear me okay? I've had to move my mic so I can actually see the ATC thing on the dash. Excellent, thank you all. Right, how late are we? Oh, we're only 2 minutes late now. We only lost a minute through that brake application. Oh. That's another weird stop. How many cars have we got? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're a 10-car train. Stopped at the 10-car board and our backside carriage isn't in. So we shall now have to stop at the 12s. Off to the next station we go. How long have we got to get there? New Hyde Park. Oh, we're already late. So it's a good start. ATC 80. Coming to a level crossing. Oh, that's a bridge. So there we go, brakes in. Stop at the 12 car, Lee. Stop at the 12 car. Stop at the 12 car marker. Stop at the 12, stop at the 12. If it's got a 12, stop at the 12. See, I wouldn't want to wait for a train on this railway with it being raining, because there's not much cover on the platform. Oh, 10 car. Right, now the question is, now that we've stopped at the 10, see, that's ridiculous. I don't understand. They don't seem to be universally long. It's all different. That's interesting. Alright, off we go. Floral Park. As we're going across the level crossing. Yep, get in there, radar. Concentrate on your schoolwork. ATC is still at 80, so we're good. It's coming up to a 60 though ahead, according to the HUD. Start slowing ourselves down. So it reckons that the train will not fit in this station. Hold my beer. Oh no, definitely doesn't. Maximum of 8 cars, it will fit. Doopy-doo. So has nobody got any questions? Ah, you boring lot. But thanks for dropping by. So we're 2 minutes behind our timetabled time, which I'm imagining isn't too bad, all things considering. Lock the doors. Jamaica, next station, 5 miles. Right. 5 So we've got 5 miles or nearly 6 miles of open running now, and a speed limit in half a mile of 60. So let's see what happens. Right, the ATC hasn't registered that we're coming to this 60 yet. It's not warning us, so we'll wait and see what goes off at this signal gantry, which is where it, I think, kicks in. Yellow signal. Oh, it's gone down to 40. What on earth? Going across that junction. I'm not a mind reader, ATC. Yeah, I know we're overspeeding. And now it's back to 80. Oh, must have been the junction. Hi, Train Fanatic 737. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. You join us on the Long Island Railroad, Train Sim World 2, Xbox Series X, and we're running late. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, nearly speeding, nearly speeding. We're speeding. Yeah, I know. I've acknowledged. Oh, keeps you on your toes at ATC. Massively keeps you on your toes. Oh, we're speeding again. Yeah. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Coast. 79 on coast. Can't be dealing with another penalty brake application. This is a good... If I'm honest with you, it's been ages since I played it. I played this when it first came out. And this is the first time I've played it in about a year. And with it being on Train Sim World 2, with all of the tweaks and everything, it's still a really good route. Well, it's not still a really good route. It is a good route. And I would recommend it. But it depends on what platform you're playing it on, if I'm brutally honest. PC and Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, yes, because you get the frame rate boost. It will run a bit jerky on an original PS4 or an original Xbox or an Xbox Series S. Might get away with it on an X, Series X, 1X, sorry. But it's a good route, there's plenty to do, and it keeps you on your toes. As we're constantly doing some bits and pieces in the cab to make sure that we're not overspeeding. Come on, slow down. Slow down, train. We're going across a junction again. But you can drive without these ATC systems on. It's just I like realism, being a real driver in real life. I don't really see the point in turning everything off and just opening and closing the throttle. I like a challenge. Alright, I think we're not far from Jamaica now. saying we've got a 15 mile an hour coming up, but the ATC is still showing 80. So you guys can be the judge of what we should do. I'm going to slow down for it. I know Jamaica's full of crossovers and switches. Flashing yellows, I think that means we're going across the junction. Better go in the cab for this. ATC to 40. The only reason I'm going so slow, guys, is because I don't really know how everything works on this. Yeah, I know how ATC works now, we figured that out. However, it's still much of a mixture. Ah, there we go, we're going across a junction, so that flashing yellow at the last signal meant we were diverging. Same as in the UK, kind of. Just don't get it on the UK routes, because Dovetail didn't put it in. Alright. Yes, I have Peninsula Corridor, and we will be doing that a little bit later on today. Probably after lunch. And we're probably going to do a bit of Sandpatch Grade as well. Quite like Peninsula Corridor. I've only done a few runs up and down it, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. So, but then again, it's a very European style route in the fact that it's suburban rail. It's not urban metro-y type. It's reasonably fast. I'll probably just go through scenarios, if I'm honest, Train Fanatic. So we might drive the Baby Bullet, we might drive the GP38, I think it is. We'll see what the options are. But yes, we will be doing Peninsula Corridor at some point today, as it is American Day. So we're losing time all the time at the moment, but we're slowly getting used to the systems. And we've realised that the game doesn't actually give you the right speed limits for what ATC tells you is coming. So we will follow ATC. So if we're late, we're late. Oh, another long dwell time. Come on, we got time to make. We need to make some time up, dispatcher. Come on. But as you can see, this route is really busy with trains rolling around everywhere. There's always something in the sidings here at Jamaica that seems to be the world's longest train. But yeah, there's always something going on this route. You're always passing a train, and there is always a different route to take. Like multiple routes now. We could go off up to there, or we could come in this way. There's so much to do on this route. It's really a good one. Right, lock the doors. Brakes to minimum for the quick getaway. Right, next stop New York Penn. 10 miles. And we've got 15 minutes to do it. Ooh, we might actually arrive on time. I doubt it though. Oh, look at that. American signal box. bouncing around the route. Right, just got to creep at 15 mile an hour around this and across this junction around the corner, and then I think we'll be able to open it up. Come on, train. There we go, we're up to 60 now. On the ATC, but the game is showing us 30. We have to do what the game tells us, otherwise we lose points and we get a low score. Another good thing about this route, Train Fanatic, is the signalling doesn't tend to give you a red where you have to stop, which is always a nice thing. Well, not that we've encountered yet in the 2 routes that we've done, or the 2 runs that we've done so far. Right, 35 limit from the game, but ATC says 60. We've got proceed aspect. I need to learn American signalling, I think, properly, because that's confuddling. Trying to understand that. Oh. Need to go and use Wikipedia and have a read, because I'm guessing a horizontal yellow means next signal is red, but then vertical means proceed, I think. And flashing at degrees, depending on which way it's facing, is which way you're going, I think. Using the power of deduction and the power of logic. Right, ATC is 60. Going, looks like we're on the fast line into Penn, the middle line, see? And ATC is now 80, so let's see if we can get to Penn on time, shall we, folks? Yep, I think we're on the fast roads, which is always a nice feeling. ATC is still 80 mile an hour. It's nice that we can just sit and stretch our legs for a little while on the train. So 6.9 miles, 10 minutes. Should be able to do it. away with that 1 mile an hour overspeed there from ATC. We are going downhill slightly towards Penn, as New York is a city at sea level. Now we're climbing up again. Quite a substantial hill. Give it some power so that we can keep at our 80 mile an hour. Oh, 60 coming up. And we're going to lose points for that. And now we've gone to different signalling again. We're now on red and green. ATC to 60. I think I understand how this works now. I think when the game tells you it's going to that speed, ATC follows it shortly afterwards. We're coming on a 45. Put our theory to the test. Is ATC going to drop to 45 when the rear of the train goes over that mark? Doesn't look like it. No, definitely didn't. ATC has stayed at 60. Whoa. It's a good job I looked up and saw what the signal was then. Because we're now back on this one. Oh, no colour shown. Oh, right, okay. Well, that makes absolutely no sense. Because maybe the horizontal yellow now means stop. Well, I know there's a train that's just gone across in front of us, so... Hence why we're not going to make it to Penn on time now. Oh. Like they say on the railway, every day is a learning day. And as we're out of red, I shall be right back. Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Still waiting for this signal to clear. Right, there we go. We've now got a flashing yellow to the right. So I reckon that means we're going off to the right at some point. We're now back to 60 ATC, 40 ATC. But then we've got a 30 mile an hour speed limit coming up. Oh, I'm all confused again. But anyway, right, we've got a green light there. The red flash. Oh. Oh, this is all confuddling again. Two different types of signalling, I think, here. So has that switched us over? That's... Alright, we're back to 60 again. Oh, what a drop. So I reckon that's the train that just went across us at that last station. Wow, what a drop down here this is. Woohoo! It's a roller coaster. And if memory serves me correctly, this is the tunnel into Penn. Where it's a considerable drop to go under the Hudson. And we are nearly at Penn. How are we looking time wise? Probably going to be about 3 minutes late after we had to stop at that red. And that train across us. ATC still at 60. 15 mile an hour speed limit in just over a mile. And now we're obviously climbing out the other side on the Hudson because the incline is now 1.5%. So when I get to Penn, I am going to go and grab some lunch. And I shall be back on around 2 o'clock GMT for some Peninsula Corridor. And then the evening stream tonight will probably be Sandpatch. And we'll do a bit of shunting and everything. Oh, 15 mile an hour is coming on us pretty quick. Don't want to be going out of this tunnel any quicker than that. Yes, we're aware. God, look at that. That looks a lot steeper than it actually is, I think. And we're nearly at Penn. Only 30 seconds late. I'll take that. And here we are, Penn Station, New York Penn. We're going across the roads here. It's about 15 mile an hour ATC. We're getting it, folks. We're getting it. Slowly but surely. 80, 60 towards the buffers, ladies and gentlemen. No, you can go out the other end on some platforms on this at this station. I think some are through roads. Yes, some are through roads. But we are stopping here and terminating this service. When you get weird text messages from other train driving friends when you've recommended peanut butter to them. Hi Rogan, you've just joined us as I'm about to jump off and go and grab some lunch. I will be back on at 2 o'clock to do a Peninsula Corridor stream. But thanks for dropping in. We can actually get external cameras in Penn. I still find that fascinating that the train doesn't actually fit in. Alright, shut down the controls. Maximum brake. Reverse it. And we got to climb down and off we get. How do you reckon we did? Gold medal? We think. Oh, silver. Room for improvement. Yeah, the timetable went a bit wally there. But we were only 2 minutes late into Penn in the end. Considering we were, 3 minutes late leaving Jamaica. I count that as a pretty good performance there. But anyway. Oh no, mate, yeah, I've got a sinus headache at the moment. And it's absolutely brutal. Well, I hope you feel better soon. But like I say, I will be back on at 2 o'clock, folks. So make sure you hit the follow button so that you get the notifications when I go live again. And we shall be doing some Peninsula Corridor. So I shall see you all then.